Hi, this is Lacey from Cherry Blossom Papery, and today I'm going to show you how to make a tissue palm. Looks like this when we're all finished. This is a little bit smaller one, and I'll kind of explain how to make bigger ones also, and you can do different styles. These are kind of rounded petal shapes. You can do pointier ones. You can do them where the cut isn't so deep and they're just kind of wavy around the edge. So I'll show you those things. All you will need today is some tissue paper and scissors and some string. And I started with a half a sheet of tissue paper. This is about 15 by 18 inches. And what you're going to do first is you need about 8 layers. So if you're doing a smaller one, you're going to cut through 8 layers of tissue paper to get the size you want. If you're doing a full tissue sheet, then you'll probably need about 10 to 12 layers, so it's a little bit fuller. And you're just going to take it and do a fan fold with it. So you just fold over the edge and then turn it over and fold it over again and just keep going back and forth to make the fan shape. And I did my folds a little over an inch wide. You can kind of do those different sizes too, as long as they're all the same size, they match up. And I've already folded this one, so just get it back together here. Okay, and so you have something that looks like this. And then we're going to cut the end of it. And if you cut it in a point shape, this is where I was talking about the different shapes of petals, then you'll have pointy petals and it'll look kind of like more like a dahlia. We're going to do the rounded petals today. If you do them just barely rounded on the top, then you'll have kind of more of a wavy tissue palm, and we're going to do ours a little deeper today so that it looks like this one that I showed you. Okay, so if you have really strong scissors, you could probably cut through all these layers, but it'll probably be a little jaggedy, and so I wouldn't recommend doing that. And sometimes I do stuff like that to save time and doesn't end up looking nice anyway. So we're going to cut down one of our folds a little bit so that we can have enough room to cut this in the shape we want. I'm cutting through like 2 folds right now. And you're just going to cut it in a curved shape, like a petal. Kind of curve it down the sides, like I said, so it has a little bit deeper cut and it's not just the very top of it. And then I'm just going to keep doing that, cut down this side, and cut it around where you cut it before. Keep lining it up. Until you get this whole thing cut in that shape. Okay, so this one's done. And then you're just going to take it, flip it to the other side, and do the same thing on the other side. And I do have one of these that is done. I've already cut both of the sides of it. And the next thing you're going to do is take a piece of string, and you're just going to tie it around the middle. You kind of fold it in half to see where the middle is, and then tie your string pretty tight around the middle so that it holds together pretty tight. And then you're just going to take it, kind of open it, and peel up one piece of tissue paper on one side of kind of a butterfly type shape, and do the same on the other side. And you have to be really careful when you're pulling these up because tissue paper is really thin and easy to rip it when you're pulling them up. Okay, so I have two pieces pulled up here on one side, and then I'm going to turn it over I kind of keep alternating. If you're doing a half of one to kind of just hang on a wall and just stick out, or a smaller version to put on something, then obviously you're not going to unfold these back ones. You can keep folding it out toward the front. But since I'm doing a full 3D round one, I'm going to pull out on both sides. And so go to the other side and pull that layer out. Okay, so I have one layer pulled up on each piece. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're just going to keep on going layer by layer, separating these and pulling them apart. And these can make really cute decorations for birthday parties and weddings, all different kinds of things, especially if you do different sizes and different colors that coordinate together. Hang them in groupings, hang them above a dance floor, hang them above a cake table. You could decorate the front of the table, especially if you just do the half. If you just unfold half of it. We're almost done here. Got a few more layers to unfold. One thing you don't want to do is if you have you make up a bunch of these ahead of time, have them all unfolded, and you lay them on the ground to store them or put them in a box, they are going to get really flat on one side. If you do that, you're going to have to do a lot of fluffing them back up to get them what you want. And it's all unfolded. You can kind of make sure it's even. There's your tissue pom. Thanks.